Cities are like catalysts, like enzymes. We have things to process in our systems, and we need a spark to proceed. Many things could provide that spark, but your environment is crucial in the types of catalysts available to you. You can be lucky enough to know what sort of enzymes you need. You can be sure, but the enzymes might be unavailable. Or they might be there, but you might be lacking the energy to glue what you brought apart. Isn't that how life works? Things fall apart and connect. Life grows such so. Even an egg and a sperm, before they become a zygote, are fallen apart pieces of their preceding cells. And life glues them together. That unfolds into miraculous systems that work together harmoniously, even somewhat magically. Does your environment provide you what you need? Can you find the energy within yourself to merge what's apart? And more importantly, have you ever considered if you could, yourself, create the enzymes you need? Maybe you create the sparks within you. The environment will follow, or life will follow, to take you elsewhere where you find what you need. Are you remembering that sometimes to bring together pieces, a bigger part could be broken? Are you fighting with life, or are you dancing with it? In other words, are you creating unnecessary frictions and intensifying them as time goes on? Or are you flowing forward, spiraling upward, diving deep, or jumping sideways, moving in your natural flow? And of course, there are difficulties in such cities of magnificent glory. Take silence and stillness, for example. These cities don't give you reminders, or even permission for these integral elements to cultivate your truest potential. Thus, you should make sure you remember that stillness and silence is a friend, and that if loneliness comes through the wisdom of such states, it could be a state of bliss. Balance, remember it, and oneness. The core of everything is connection. Remember and retreat at the times your mind and body craves to slow down. The glorious cities have flaws that could be psychologically and physiologically fatal indeed. And it is up to us to ask ourselves, what do I need? How can I help? And to answer honestly. Reasons I love New York City. 1. You always feel the flow of life, the vibrancy, and never-ending energy. If you are receptive to this energy, it plants seeds of inspiration to your soil constantly. And if you find the energy in yourself to water the seeds and let the light in, you bloom. Plus, it's a cooperative city. It allows you to be a part of it even if you are not, and lets you glow with its touch even if you're elsewhere. Istanbul too, I believe, has these qualities and lets you glow with its touch. Though less potent in Istanbul, and the fogginess of untreated human psychology and chronic self-destructive tendencies. What do you do to break the rigid chains that suffocate your creative freedom? Creativity is not an innate gift. Sometimes, to some of it comes easier, and sometimes we need practicing. It's like a muscle. If you want outstanding success in any part of life, creativity is a must. Jazz piano. Why do I love it so much? Why does it feel liberating after the rigid chains of classical music? Finally, feels like I found a perfect shoe to run my marathon. Finally, I see it. I've always wanted its abstraction, craved for it. Kandinsky is magic to my eyes. Hilma af Klint stirs my soul. The shapes, the colors, the mendings, bendings, mixings. It's all some sort of soul magic. Hyper-realist paintings like classical music appear to be the first few steps, maybe before resolving into a collective harmony of abstractive, expressive, and wild and free expression. It's not a matter of it comes before because it's better, but a matter of seeing the chains to find the strength, to break free from them, and spiral out through your creative wildness. That's what, for me, jazz piano and abstract art have in common.